Hello friends, welcome. We're gonna go on to Scrin next. What color do I think they... Oops, someone's playing a game. What color do I think would be good? I think green would be very nice for them, to be honest. So we're gonna play as the green regular Scrin. Definitely love their design for everything that they have. Luckily, I don't really have to show you what they look like. I'll just pop them up real fast. Up and down, because he doesn't really, that's the extent of his aesthetic change, so he's not really different. Pop him back down. There we go. Also really like their voice for their like narration. Gonna pump out their little foundry, which is their like crane. Show that off. They have a wonderful design. Now that you think about it, with Kane taking the Scrin so highly, it's no wonder why Nod has a light bug design to certain things, because the Scrin definitely have a crazy bug design to them for a lot of their stuff. Really solid looking little reactors. Don't know how their production works. I do like the steam. I also do like the little tendrils going on around. Very nice. I like it a lot. We'll show you the first defense weapon. Realize it's probably best to show that off first because it's so fast to build. They have the buzzer hive. Arguably the worst infantry defense structure there is, because you can kill the things that come out of it. So if you have like, it's actually the best use for this guy would be the like distraction concept, just to keep units away from initially interacting with you or something. So pump these two boys out. Here's their harvesters, really cool, almost like a manta ray with like kind of some fur on them. They collect by sucking it in through the tendrils up here. Bring it back. They kind of just take it out of there. I think their body is their main capacity for it, so that's why these pinchers are here. You see them go in, you see them pretty much just drain out of them via those pinchers, so that's a very cool design. Not much to say about the general idea of their designs, because it does take a lot from bug kind of idea. So we're going to quickly pump out the other two that we're going to normally need. Bop. Bop. Let's bring out the two production structures for the base stuff. Now, these guys are not based at all in infantry. Their infantry is kind of like their, just like kind of an idea. So, we're going to show off the 3 tier 1s. Here's the buzzers. Pretty much these guys. You see them roping around there. They're really solid. Only they could like decimate infantry in concept very fast, but they do die incredibly fast. I believe competing with the Nod's Gen 1 infantry, so in the base game, they're the fastest production unit there is. 2 seconds a pop, so you can really kind of swarm things, kind of the point of them. They can also combine with other vehicles and structures, or they can clear out structures. So they can go in there like the garrisonable cleared boys. Let's also pump down this bad boy and start building the other items that we need. So this guy and a stasis chamber. These guys, the disintegrators, they are your base vehicle destructors. They're really nice. I like their design. I like their little heads. Oh, you rubbed his face. They're so cute. I would love a plushie of these guys, actually. They're a very cute plushie. Actually, pretty much all of the Scrin are very cute and plushy. Here's their engineer. So these guys are stealth naturally, which is really nice. They can capture structures, walkers, pair bridges, and structures. Really fun. Look at him, his little arms sticking out there. Pincher face. I do like him a lot, though. He's very, very nice in my opinion. Here's a stasis chamber. That's kind of... This actually only adds upgrades for 1 unit. Yep. Shock troopers are their primary like unit. Those are the ones you want the most. They can't really do anything to take out any kind of infantry units, but they are phenomenal at taking out any kind of vehicles or structures, which is really nice. I'm quickly going to show you real fast one of their actual structures for defense, because these don't go away. Lightning spikes are extremely useful vehicle destroyers. You can also place them down anywhere on the map. If you can see the area, you can place them down. Summons a tiberium hive that infects the tiberium field. Ooh, that's actually kind of interesting. So we're gonna try this out. I haven't really seen this guy. Nice. He's actually different a little bit. He's got a little bit different idea. So now, if any unit comes in here, tiberium exposure. That doesn't count. Oh, it also hurts the harvester. Ooh, let's I can't set you off. Well, you're gonna get attacked. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We're gonna take out that. I don't want him being messed up over the long game there. I didn't realize it could also hurt vehicles like that. They're gonna get hurt. Oh, oh! This is a good time to show off some stuff here. Here's the tier 1s. You've seen him. He's gonna get hurt over time. Here's the gun walker. It's like a big ant. It's the best way to say it. Gonna quickly attack this thing just to get him out of the way. Here's what they're seekers. These are your base vehicle destructors. Pretty solid. Also can attack air. Can't say they're as effective as the other two, but they're pretty cool. I gotta take that out before he hurts my poor there we go. Didn't realize he did that. Didn't realize he hurt that much. I'm gonna show off also the second tier and also grab these. We're gonna show off what these guys look like when they get their upgrades. So I believe all it changes is this. I've also, as always, said that I like that they look like acorns, and they still kind of keep that aesthetic for things. It doesn't change it a lot like the other two, and it also keeps it pretty standard. I like it. Produce the standard vehicle defense building. Not bad. Looks like a rake. Not super fond of his design. I do like the hive design, but I wish there was a way of making him more effective as a hive. But very effective no matter what. I still argue that the laser turrets are a little bit better for Nod. I think those are better than these guys. Ichor seed, you want to create a little mini Ichor right here for funsies. Let's grab these bad boys and let's show you these two as well before I really get into the vehicles. I like getting rid of getting these guys out of the way first. Look at the little Ichor. That also keeps producing over time. It's very useful. There's the first upgrade, which allows them to teleport just a little bit. Not actually, how far can they teleport? Can they teleport like all the way over here? They can. Very interesting. And here's some of the new boys, the Ravengers. Detonates tiberium containing the structure unit. So it could detonate him, it could detonate any of the other harvesters, the refineries, stuff like that, silos. Very nice, very good at taking out a whole lot at once. They don't have any upgrades. They are creepy. I love them. Any unit that has a design that's inherently more creepy, I love it. It's my favorite thing. That's about to be done. There's their commando. Well, I did not know the back of their heads opened up. That is an interesting fact. I've never really looked at them from behind like that, but I didn't know the back. Oh my god, that's so much of their back that opens up. That's so cool. You're going to see in a second how effective they are. Pretty strong. Like, even the Enlightened couldn't really do that much damage, so they are a certainly strong vehicle killer. And structure killer. I'm going to show you these two boys now. And we're going to get the air out as well. That's their, their main thing. So we have the Devourer tank and the Corruptor, both pretty solid units. There's a Devour tank, extremely useful. I would argue a little more powerful than the standard Predator tank or Titan or Scorpion tank. Mainly because one thing, they can also take this. You can take tiberium and use it as a supercharged weapon. Very useful, very powerful. Also the corruptors, they're pretty much your, think of like a flame tank. They can clear, they can repair allied Scrin units, so if you get hurt. So we can show you real quick. Our boy back here. Oh, he got healed up somehow. I think when he's in tiberium, he heals. But they can heal structures. They're very good to combine with your big super unit as a base defense because it allows them to be consistently healed all the time. Show you real quick the only tier 1 boy that we have, or tier 2 for the flying units. Grab this bad boy. He adds a new phase field, kind of useful in a pinch of a second. Also, I'm going to talk about these guys real quick. This just adds a bunch of swarm in one area. This allows you, I was trying to do this before, it shows you all the tiberium on the map. Stasis shield, this also does the same thing as the phase shield a little bit, but this just makes them slower and makes it so they can't attack in there. And then drones, you can put a bunch of drones on the field to repair units while they're mid-combat, which is extremely useful. This gives you one upgrade. This adds a force field to Seekers and Gunshot Walkers, so these two get the upgrade. Real quick, also want to show his attack off. I just realized with his upgraded beam, it does use the refill he has, but he does a lot more damage with it comparably. Now I have all the units I can use. The Mechapede is a new unit for this one by all means. There's a Storm Rider, not bad. Kind of standard little ship, pretty cool. I do not like how naturally they fly. When they fly like very sporadic, and so as an opponent they're extremely difficult to hit. But they're also I think they got weakened in this one a little bit. They lost their they lost their durability, I think. Here's some upgrades you can see now. We got force fields for these little guys and the Annihilator tripod. Arguably the strongest walker. The reason why this is kind of a fact is because in the game, when you have a batch of units still, the voice you hear is the one that's the strongest. And I've had the units that have like avatars, juggernauts, and walkers in them, the Annihilator tripods, and this guy is the one you hear, so he's arguably supposedly the strongest. Bring out the Mastermind and also bring out the Mechapede. And my favorite for Scrin, which is the Devastator warship. These guys are crazy. They are long range boys by all means. Here comes the... He's hiding in here. Oh, he was so small I didn't even see him. So he has a certain amount of segments he can utilize. He's pretty much a long Mechapede. He's so cute as just his head, but you can get one of each. You can get a shard, a toxin, a disc, and a disintegrator, and then a couple more. I don't think you can double down on... Oh, you can double down on all of them. So you can have two of a shard one, which is good against infantry, a toxin one, which is also good against structures. He can also repair his allied Scrin units as well with that ability. Adds a disc launcher, which is good against aircraft, and a disintegrator, which is good against weapons. They are versatile. How much are they naturally? Like 1,200? 1,400 with the additional of 800, so 2,200 for the whole unit. He's kind of like the Juggernaut with the Mammoth tank as a secondary. So you can see he's relatively pretty powerful. I think he is a little bit easy to kill though, because each of his sections I think has its own life. Very nice though. He does a little jig normally. Here's a Mastermind over here. Arguably the worst. He's got potential to be the best and the worst because he doesn't have a base attack of his own. He can teleport other units and he can mind control. The mind control is what makes him the best. potentially the best, but he also can't mind control higher tech units or structures. So you say you can't take a tech structure like the tech lab or the other like high support structures. But he can take most units and then use them as like so he could take like zone troopers, I think, somewhat. He can't take commandos, other commandos or anything. Pretty nice design. I like him. He's very cool. He has a better version in one of the subclasses. Here's a Devastator warship. Very powerful. I'm going to show you real quick. This building is quite far away. He gets attacked from that distance. Most support structures and most defense structures can't even do that. And you can see that he does massive damage. So an army of these guys is crazy. Really quick, going to grab some of these upgrades. Going to grab the force field generators and the shard launchers. Shard launchers are good for this guy and I think one other. I think maybe these guys? Nope. Who do you upgrade with? Seekers, photon cannons, and plasma missile batteries. Seekers, photon cannons, and their anti-air, which I'll show off in a moment. All around, I do really like Scrin as a unit. Definitely more than GDI, but less than Nod still. Here's their anti-air structure. Pretty solid as an anti-air structure all around, plus it gets an upgrade, gets those which I think make it shoot even faster, which is extremely useful. I've shown off all of these boys, so those are both really good. Any other upgrades I've been missing? No. These are fully upgraded, just making sure here and there. I'm going to show off this bad boy. As you can see, these boys have been working through their fields, respective fields. Also, they don't really have a limit to how much they can collect over time. These are the two things you kind of want, by the way. The growth accelerator. It's amazing. Oh, I got some buzzers out of that item. Let's go put them on here so you can see what they look like when they're attached to a unit. Just got the upgrade for the force fields. Those are for the bigger units. So now as you can see, he still counts as his own entity, but he's just combined, making him harder to hit. The growth accelerators are the best thing in the world. They pretty much make tiberium fields regrow at an accelerated rate, meaning you don't have to worry about your boys running off and collecting from a different field or anything like that. It's extremely useful. I'm going to grab this bad boy because he's what's needed for the last air unit, which is arguably the best boy for air, but he's also kind of has some downsides to him that I would argue make the Devastator warship a little bit better. I'm going to show off the Storm Column, which is their like super their bigger like main defense structure. It's good against most units except infantry, because infantry they still take a little while to take out. I'm going to put this bad boy back here. Adds 3 new things. Overlord's Wrath, which is extremely devastating. Can't just do it anywhere though, you kind of need. So I could show it off real quick actually by doing this and doing this. Gonna show off this bad boy. This is crazy, by the way. Hurls a tiberium asteroid at the Earth, which also adds a little more tiberium than usual and also does some extra stuff in there. Here real quick is a storm column, extremely useful. Can take out air units too. The other, as you know, the other like higher tech defense structures can't do that. And also this guy, when he flies in it, he gets a little more effective. You can see what happens. See, he goes a little yellow and he, I think, shoots twice as fast. So super nice. I don't know how long he keeps that buff for. Definitely a little bit. So, also pump this boy out, and we're going to pump this boy out. He adds no upgrades, just like the others don't. He adds mostly just support powers. They do have a technical secondary super unit, which is the mothership, but I would argue is not as worth grabbing, in my opinion. Especially not for 5,000. Grab one of these bad boys. quickly, and then I'll also show you their super unit. Should be put over there. Very cool. I love this design a lot. It's like a warp gate, which it is a warp gate if I'm being completely honest. Might as well grab another one of these. We'll bring him out. They don't have a whole lot of base units, which is nice. Don't have to worry about that part. Show off this bad boy. These are super support unit, or super support structure. They allow you to do a rift. Pretty much you open a black hole on Earth. And arguably in real life that's a terrible, terrible concept. But otherwise not crazy or anything. Here's the planetary assault carrier, very useful. They can create ion storms while they're where they're at, which adds to these guys being good support air units more than anything else. I'm going to quickly show you what they can do to a building. They send out a whole bunch of mini units. Now that I think about it, there might be a StarCraft unit that is very much like this. Very good though, very solid. And here's our big boy, the Eradicator Hexapod. So, as you can see, he's pretty much a giant bug, a giant ant. Better than Redeemer in the sense that you can take on an extra unit. Each leg is a different thing. They can, but as you know, they don't have that many different units. So, but they can, I think, take all their units, unlike Nod can't. So the disintegrator gives them a laser turret, which is good against other vehicles, self-repair for the assimilator. Shock troopers, a disc turret, which allows them to attack air very well. Ravengers, a shard turret, which is also, I think, good against infantry and air. And the mastermind, which allows him to teleport. Extremely useful in the sense of, but you don't really want to do that because you could just have this as a separate thing. Don't want to take up a slot like that. Is there anyone else that I need to show off? I don't think so. Everyone has a really good design, a lot of things. I will show off this bad boy as well. Just enough. Four upgraded power plants is enough to pretty much power everything your base could need, except you probably would want some extra defenses here and there, so not completely. They do have one more air unit than normal, and that's just building the drone ship. They don't build it out of the warp gate, warp sphere. Here's their like surveyor, their explorer, pretty much actually land unit. Unpack him. He's like a big old. I like him. He's like a chrysalis, like a cocoon. He also has a really cool design when he is fully unpacked. I will currently bring out the mothership. There's the mothership. Extremely powerful, but by God, they are the slowest unit on the planet. Delivered to the planet too. She moves at such a speed that it's arguably not great to grab her unless there's like a small side base to overtake or something where they don't have much defenses or anything, because this is how fast they move. They're susceptible to any attacks that are like anti-air. They don't have any kind of defense against that or anything either. But they are extremely devastating when they can launch, so I'll show you that. I've yet to see it in quite a while. I've seen it like once or twice in my time, and that's telling you how not great they are to grab, because of how slow they are. They can get taken out so easily. Here's also real quick, I just want to show you real fast. That's what he looks like fully out. I like his little tentacles that come up around him. Very interesting in my opinion. We're going to quickly see this, and I think that'll be it for these guys. They don't have really anything else to take note of. All their powers are that, but you're going to see in a second how powerful this is. Takes a whole good second to power up the beam, but can take out a whole structure in like one fell swoop. I really want to quickly see how fast they are at taking out those structures. Also, that didn't do any damage to nearby structures, which makes me curious if they can only attack one structure at a time. Okay, so good. They don't really have like a power down moment. If there is a structure close enough, they will hurt it. But as you see, they don't attack anything else. They're really more as like a intimidation factor, in my opinion, just having this thing floating around. Very cool. Let's throw him in there for funsies. Throw him in there for funsies, and throw him in there for funsies. These guys are also amazing because, like the Marv can collect tiberium. This guy, when he destroys stuff, also gives you money as well. So as you see, he attacks pretty fast. He's not going to get anything because it only counts if you attack like an enemy unit or structure. So, but very nice design. I really like him. But I think that is it. I will say I do really like Scrin. They're super cool, super interesting. Definitely a big divergent from the main two, which is a good thing. We're gonna head out of here. It shouldn't have been incredible. That's probably a bit of time. 25 minutes actually. Way faster to get all their boys up and going than usual. So, plus not as much to say in my opinion. I will be doing their sub factions next. As always, I'd like to ask you to subscribe. If you do, I think you're wonderful. If you don't, I still think you're wonderful, so it's completely up to you. If you like to like and comment, then you're wonderful as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.